the excitement of the NBA for you tonight. And tonight, our matchup, we'll see the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Charlotte Hornets here at Spectrum Center. Alongside Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will be joining us from the sidelines. And a chance here to check out some stats for LaMelo Ball.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
Looking at the starting 5 for the Atlanta Hawks. The front court is Risacher and Johnson. Trae Young is out there with Daniels. And it's Capella in at the 5. And for Charlotte, out on the wings for him, Miller and Bridges. Williams is out there with Durant, and it's Ball in at the 1 spot. We've got a couple of top contenders from the Eastern Conference, Greg, and this one feels like there's a little extra buzz in the air. Do you feel it?
Oh, Kevin, it's almost that postseason feel, right? High expectations for both of these teams. A great opportunity to lock in and kind of get a barometer for where you are against a playoff-level opponent.
And it's sent back by KD. Shot clock at 5. Here's Risacher. Bridges with the board. Here's the Hornets with the ball. Ball feeling it out of it. Good work defensively by Capella. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Caught up with Coach Charles Lee. Now, I asked him about trying to slow down Trae Young, and the coach said you have to get the ball out of his hands. He can hurt you with the pass and with his shot. I'm not going to be surprised if you see them blitzing and doubling him a good portion of the game. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Fires it up, and it's Williams. That time the assist by Ball. Williams has got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Hornets. Young passes to Johnson. Good ball movement here by the Hawks. From the high post, from past the arc, and Trae Young gets the 3.
A volume shooter. Young takes and makes loads of threes.
Ball dishes to Durant. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. Looking at the last game for the Atlanta Hawks, it was a win against the Cavaliers. Here's Johnson. That's in, coming off the assist from Young.
You know, a stellar floor general. Young has that uncanny ability to find his guys at the right time.
Ball, the pass to KD. Lays it up off the glass.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Now, here is Young. And get a load of his scoring totals. Huge numbers for him. An average of just about 29 points a game. Daniels with it, covered by Miller. Daniels passes to Johnson. Doesn't go for him.
Well, this hasn't been his quarter so far. He's really struggling to get going.
And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
Young against Ball. Capella, the pass to Young. Young is double. Three-pointer, Daniels. Bridges with the board. For Charlotte, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Durant kicks to Bridges. That's in, coming off the assist from KD.
Just so precise off the pass. I like how Bridges prepares himself to shoot as the ball is coming his way.
Now, here's Capella. Scoreless thus far. Young in the corner. To halt the run, it's good from long range.
Well, anytime you want a three-point shooting competition, Young is up for it.
For Charlotte, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Williams finds Ball. Williams a screen on Young. Here's Ball. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Personal foul.
That's on Clint Capella.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
2 shots.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
Taken 3rd overall in 2020, LaMelo Ball is a unique player. Like his brother Lonzo, very tall at the point at 6'6", and he'd much rather pass it than shoot it.
Ball hits them both. How many games do you need to play, Greg, before you know who you are as a team?
I think you basically know already your identity, the pace you want to play at. Obviously, the development of the younger guys and your chemistry is always ongoing.
Well, Young is so tenacious that it balances out any of the size differential in the paint.
Pass to Bridges. On the wing, Williams. Outside Durant. This one for 3. Atlanta with the rebound. Coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And boy, did that game nearly get away from them, but they were a little bit fortunate to have survived at the end of regulation.
Yeah, they needed some extra time to get it done, but at the end of the day, a win's a win.
Here is Daniels. An 11-point game for him in the win against Cleveland.
And he did a lot of work on the glass as well. He impacted the game on multiple fronts.
Screen by Capella. A miss that time. Would have put him up. Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And it's Durant missing.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
On its way from Young for 2. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Young's got 10.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. With this break in the action, we can see the top passing teams in the league, courtesy of the 2K leaderboard. In the 3rd spot, the Hawks.
And you know, when your team has a lot of assists, it's testimony to the unselfishness, the patience, the ball movement, the player movement. They have shown all of that.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. They trail by 1. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And the difference in that one, the efficiency from range. They really focused on getting good looks.
And they were just draining it from outside. A great team shooting performance.
Just working his way inside there. Durant so good at just finding his shot all over the court.
Riza with it. Williams picks him up. Here's Johnson. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Now here's Durant. 32 points for him last game against New York.
Yeah, and the effort on the boards last game gave them that many more chances.
The Hawks have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Here's Capella. Here's the glass. The Hornets trail. Miller dishes to Durant. Charlotte moving it around. Ball, the pass to Bridges. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Ball's got his 3rd assist on the night. Atlanta's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. And Young kicks to Capella. Pass to Daniels. Rizachet with it. 3-pointer. Ball with the rebound. Left side, Miller. Bridges, no one around him. And the 3 off target.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
And last season, Jalen Johnson saw a huge leap in playing time and his production.
Yeah, look, he was one of the most improved players in this league. You know, came in as a great athlete, but then has really learned how to play the game, how to get to high percentage shots, how to get on the glass, and especially how to defend.
Yeah, his improvement has been off the charts. Sure has. Rizachet, and he makes good on the layup. Rizachet's got the game tied up here for the Hawks.
Oh, that's a great sign for Rizachet, proving he can handle the physicality of the NBA.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. He's ready to talk things through with the team. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And here are the Hornets now. Here's Shed. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
And let's take a look now at LeVert's numbers.
How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's putting up about 16 points a game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. Just a fantastic scorer off the bench. Always a factor in every game he plays.
Yeah, look, you need that kind of punch off the bench. Someone who can help shoulder the offensive load.
Now, here's Walker. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. Here's Rizachet. And Okongwu slams it in.
And, you know, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but then how about the loud bucket he's able to convert?
He was in perfect position under the hoop break. You're right, once he gets his hands on the miss. Here's Ball. 5 points in the game, and it's in there. Ball's got 7.
LaMelo using that body control there, making the play off contact.
Okongwu with the screen for LeVert. And Okongwu slams it in.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
Now, here's Ball. turned in an outstanding game against New York. To the paint, the shot. A shot by Diabate. No good. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Atlanta?
I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
And on top of that, they've been asserting themselves offensively, getting a good chunk of their points from inside.
Atlanta leading by 3. Here's Krejci. Still scoreless. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Walker. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense there.
1:39 left to play here in the first.
Charlotte's foul. Dario, first personal foul. 4th team foul.
Here's LeVert. Not a lot of room, and it's good for 2. And the Hawks lead by 3. Charlotte has gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. To the wing on the left. Ball from long range. Rebound, Atlanta.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
And the basket by Krejci. And now a 5-point Hawks lead.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Outside ball. And the call will be against LaMelo Ball. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
There's 53 seconds left here in the first quarter. LeVert the pass to Krejci. Now here's Okongwu. D right on him. Now Reza Shea. His last outing we saw him pour in 22. Drills it from outside. Reza Shea has got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Hornets trail by 8. Outside ball. With some arc, he takes it up and lays it in.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
And the Hawks with possession. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Reza Shea. Misses the chippy right there. Here's Shed. Walker a screen. And that one released in time, but no good. Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Hawks. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And we'll be back with you shortly. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And for the Hawks, guys, what stands out to you stats-wise?
Throughout the first quarter, they did a great job of just running the offense.
Yeah, and I love to see this kind of communication between teammates. Great player movement, great ball movement.
And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. 6-point game. They've got Whitmore. He's out there with Durant. And it's Diabate in at the center, filling out the middle. So that's the Hornets 5. Durant with a wide open look. Bangs home the trifecta. KD's got 7 points in the game.
KD could sit out there all day and nail threes if the defense lets him.
LeVert the pass to Niang. And the foul called on Brandon Miller. That is his first foul of the game. Atlanta making a switch here. Daniels is checked in.
Number 5, Dyson Daniels.
Okongwu, the pass to Daniels. Nails the wide open jump shot. And the Hawks lead by 5.
And look, Daniels knows he has to keep working on his jumper. And these kind of shots only improve his confidence.
Here's Shed, defended by Young. Here's KD. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And Stan, we seem to be in the midst of a big man renaissance in the NBA. And I love it. So that being said, which of these big stars do you like the most?
Well, that's a tough question because there's so much talent and they're all different. You've got Embiid, who is unstoppable offensively. You've got Wembanyama with his combination of size and length, skill and agility. You've got guys who can shoot the ball. But the guy that combines the most of those things that I would take, Nikola Jokic.
Bridges, he's checked in for Cam Whitmore. Durant hits them both.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
The Hawks leading by 3. Pass to Okongwu. And another shot, and the layup is up and in. Okongwu's now got 6.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Here's Shed, defended by Young. Here's Bridges. Banked in off the glass. He's got 7.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
Daniels passes to Young. Here's Niang. Back to Young. Takes the 3. Diabate grabs the board.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Pass to Shed. Here's KD. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyways.
To how competitive Durant is, able to score against physical defenders.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And they have really leaned on his free throw shooting at times this season. He's been there for them, too, with 88% from the line.
Charlotte making a switch here. Williams has checked in. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Nance has checked in. That one drops. He ties it up.
And he didn't go to the line once in the first half. But now he's figuring out how to draw contact and get himself to the line.
Now, here is Young. 29 points for him last game against Cleveland. Looking for Nance, and he gets it there. Kicks it out to Johnson. Daniels passes to Okongwu. 6 on the shot clock. Oh, good on the triple. For Charlotte, they've got a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Williams, a screen on Young. And it's sent back by Okongwu. And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Okongwu. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Clint Capella.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Nance outside. Kept alive. Capella. Oh, and the jam by Capella.
Wow. Clint Capella.
And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Looking at the Hornets, Greg, they're still in pursuit of their first trip to the NBA Finals.
And, Kevin, I hope it happens soon because their fan base deserves it. They've stuck with this team through some difficult years. It's about time they get rewarded.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And he's been terrific, guys. I mean, the percentage right around 86%. So no doubt he's pleased with that.
The first free throw is good. You know, these last few years, Stan, Atlanta has been outstanding on the offensive end. But, boy, have they struggled on defense.
Yeah, and I just don't know if they can go to where they want to go unless they can just develop at least an average defense, and they haven't even been close to that.
And I know we've not seen a champion who is only one or the other. I mean, you've got to be a little bit of both, correct?
Yeah, Kevin, most of our champions, as you know, have been in the top 10 in both offensive and defensive rating.
Here is Durant after the basket by Atlanta. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Back to Williams. Out to Bridges. 5 on the clock. Williams has a screen for Miller. It's stolen by Capella. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And this season, he's maintained very good form at the line, shooting at about an 83% clip.
Shooting one.
And that one falls for Young. They stand the last few decades. We've seen the three become more and more necessary for offenses. Wondering if you think that's a good thing.
Well, it is. And teams not only understand the value of making a lot of three-point shots, but the threat of the three spreads out defenses and actually makes it easier for you to get shots at the rim. So the three is absolutely necessary to be a great offensive team in this league.
Quickly, is the arc too close? Should they maneuver that a little bit?
Well, the skill level is really, really high. I like the suggestion of keeping the arc the same all the way around, which would eliminate the corner three.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little more.
Now, here is Miller. Nothing on the board. KD on the wing. Over Nance. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. It's Young on the wing. Nance outside. Daniels passes to Capella. Bridges with the board. Bridges got his fourth rebound in this one. Outside for KD. Oh, Durant imposing his will.
And at nearly 7 feet tall, Durant is a problem inside. Got to push him out a little further than that.
And stolen by Miller. Pass to KD. Back to Miller. Hits the three-point bomb. Now just a 2-point Hawks lead.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Young outside. And there's the foul. It's on Miles Bridges. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, he's going to have to watch himself now. It's a little early for that second foul.
Shea, he's checked in for Atlanta. Here's Capella. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Cleveland.
And how about the rebounding, too? He was just all over the glass, and the other team had no answers for how to contain him.
Knocks down the three ball.
One of the elite scorers in this league. Trae Young with another big night. He is relentless.
Now, here's Ball. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Williams. It's Miller on the wing. Outside, Ball. Shot clock at 6. Here's the floater. Second shot opportunity. Williams can't hit. The Hawks leading by 5. Daniels with it. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Nance with it. Bridges covering. And it's Young. That time on the assist by Nance. Young's got 16.
And this guy can light up the night with his scoring. Hard for the defense to contain Young.
Outside ball. Bridges outside. Williams a screen on Nance. They get the rebound. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Plays like that make a coach's life easy. Love the work rate he shows on the glass to get the score.
The Hornets have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
Cam Whitmore, he's checked in for the Hornets.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Krejci passes to Nance. His three-pointers off the mark. Hornets trail by 5. And here is Ball. He's got 9. No good. That miss takes him to 3 for 7. Now Shea takes a 3. The rebound by LaMelo Ball. Hornets have gone 6 of 14 shooting here in the second. And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Hornets dance team.
Kevin Durant's checked in for Williams. And let's look now at which teams have been the hottest offensively for the past 10 games. The Hawks second.
Yeah, what an impressive run for this club. Everybody seems to be in a rhythm in terms of scoring, and they are putting up some big numbers.
LeVert the pass to Krejci. Back to LeVert. Count the basket. LeVert's got his second basket of the game.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Ball. He's got 9. It's deflected. Shea with the steal. Pass to Krejci. Now Shea. It's deflected.
And there's Whitmore, that 7-foot wingspan coming in handy.
And the shot goes in. Whitmore's got his first 2 points. The Hawks leading by 5. And now let's check in with David Aldridge to see how Onyeka Okongwu is doing. David.
Thanks, Kevin. I got some news from the Hawks head athletic trainer. He said that he does have a broken nose. It's definitely a painful injury, but not a worst-case scenario. It's tough news for the momentum of the team at this stage of the season. That's all we've got from now. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thanks for the great update, guys. It doesn't sound good.
No, if that report is accurate, he's going to be spending a lot of time in rehab and on the sidelines.
Yeah, you never want to speculate on injury, but that didn't look like something you were going to bounce back from quickly.
Now here's LeVert. Pass to Capella. Baseline Jay on the way to the left side wing. Here's Shea. Buries it from 3-point range. Shea's got 10.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Here's Ball. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Stan, I've always admired you. Come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, look, I loved being around the game. And so 2 things happened that drove me into coaching. Number 1, I loved baseball and I couldn't hit one. So that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way. So if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way in your interest there.
Yeah, my dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us that he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much.
Following in his footsteps, terrific story. Now, here's Ball. Karis LeVert unable to get his last shot to go.
And Walker with the size and strength to straight up move you out of his way.
The Hawks leading by 9. Here's Krejci. 5 points in the game. Pass to Rizachet. Lock at 6. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. That's good. That's LeVert with the assist. LeVert's got 3 assists in the game. And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for Charlotte. KD sets the pick for Ball. Launches a 3. That's good, and the Atlanta lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Durant.
And getting going here in the second quarter, his second three-pointer of the game.
Pass to Rizachet. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
Possessing good size and impressive versatility. The rookie, Rizachet, looking comfortable operating inside.
Ball dishes to Durant. Lets it go from 11, and it comes off the front of the rim.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Now here's Walker. 8 points his last outing. Walker with his screen for Ball. And the shot goes in. Ball's got 11 points.
Yeah, not a perfectly set screen there, but got in just enough room to get that shot off.
That'll do it for the first half. It's Atlanta. They're up by 9. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. With Quinn Snyder, Coach, great offense in the first half. What made it possible?
I think we're executing pretty well. Moving them around a little bit with some fakes, and guys are just playing aggressive as much as anything. But if we get a few more stops.
It's been good so far, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to you.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Welcome to halftime, and after 2 quarters played, some ground to make up for the Charlotte Hornets.
They've been shot out of the gym. Even when they do extend their defense, it doesn't matter. I don't know what the remedy is.
I got 3 words for you. Elbow sandwich.
And shifting our focus now, a breakdown of the injuries around the league.
Well, not having Mitchell causes major difficulties. He does so many things for them, and he gives them that explosiveness.
Yeah, he can go on absolute tears. Now it has to be a total collective effort, Jack.
Or he goes on a tear.
Yeah, I was going to say, what college did you go to?
And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.